Goodness gracious. Okay, so we're watching episode 13, the last episode. I know there's tons of more, I want to say spin-offs for Violet Evergarden, but I know there's like 3 different specials. I don't know what order to do them in. I'm gonna have to look it up, but this is the last episode for the season. I don't know how this will finish. It feels like the last 3 episodes were kind of a epilogue. Like I think it was episode 10 of where I said it felt like the end. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Make sure with the original content as always. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. What is happening? Are we not gonna do like the 2 weeks earlier thing? You jump in. Oh, catch it, please. I wouldn't suggest throwing stuff while you're on a moving train.
Thank you.
They're gonna explain why the heck they're on top of a train?
You're out of time. You might have succeeded if you had just killed me in the first place.
Don't tempt her.
A bomb? Pull the emergency brake! Do it now! It won't work!
Did they cut that? Can they cut an emergency brake? My only train knowledge is the Polar Express, so.
What was that?
They're on the cart too? Okay. I hope you can't swim.
Violet, wait!
What is that?
You have to go get the other bomb now!
I'm on it! I got it!
Okay. That was a pretty good job for a mail carrier. Looks painful. Goodness gracious. Don't do that. Oh, at least you got it off. How much is it for those arms to get replaced? Those are some pretty expensive looking arms. Sir, how'd you do that? The scenery. The Gardrick Empire. Lindy
The two nations of
Spishlepen.
Gardrick and Leidenschaftlich hereby recognize each other as equal sovereigns from here on out.
Oh, what was that guy trying to stop this treaty? Interesting way to go about it. Could just shot her.
Even though the war is over, my son hasn't returned home.
Hmm.
I understand. I do. I understand.
I mean, they haven't found his body yet, so. Just saying.
An air show. We couldn't have any during the war. Everyone is looking forward to our first one in 5 years.
Ooh.
I've been thinking about writing a letter myself. Before I became a doll, I was a dancer. Many soldiers came to where I worked. However, so many of them lost their lives. Why don't you write
Thoughtful.
one too, Violet? Well, I still have never written a letter of my own.
He did in the first episode, kind of. No, that was more of a report. Gosh dang it.
Major,
What is it?
do you no longer need me?
Do you really need my orders that badly?
Yes, orders are all I know, sir.
Live free.
So then,
To an extent.
is that your order?
Do you really believe that I think of you as a tool?
No.
If that's the case, then I never would have taken you in. You have feelings. And you have a heart just like I do. If you don't, then explain that expression on your face. You're capable of expressions.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
All I want is to be able to hear your orders.
would you equate that to love? I guess you can mold it to be that.
Seeing you treat yourself like that, as if you were only some kind of tool, that's painful for me. Because the one who made you that way, that person,
Who's your brother?
is me.
I don't think you were as bad. I feel like everybody else was kind of not the greatest.
We'll be in battle in a few hours' time. We can talk about this later.
You don't know what you want to say to the Major?
Violet, the deadline is tonight. But if you write it by tomorrow morning, I'll take it to the office myself. Even if it is something short, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just something
Yes?
from the heart.
Violet, someone's here for you. His name is Mr. Bougainvillea.
Ooh. The bro. Oh, gosh. She thinks it's Gilbert. That's depressing.
You must have been busy writing all of those letters for the air show. I'll just mention this so you won't be surprised, but her memory is a little foggy.
Who? Like your grandma?
This is my mother.
Oh. Close enough.
This is Violet. The one you wanted to meet.
Oh,
Why is that?
yes, that's right. Is Gilbert not with you?
Mother, Gilbert is...
He's with me.
That brooch is the same color as my son's eyes.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Same color as your eyes.
Why does the mom want to speak to her? I didn't think she knew of her.
What was your relationship with my Gilbert?
The Major
That was his
took
weapon.
me in, and he gave me a job. But
He passed away at the Battle of Intense.
Yes, that's right.
It wasn't your fault, my dear. You do not have to carry that burden. My son is alive.
Which one?
He is alive in here.
You can't just say that to Violet right now.
I will always carry him in my heart. Because even now,
Please don't break it.
I still love him.
What do you want, Deep Reed? You gonna say something? Apologize?
Violet! You must live to honor his memory.
I'll take it.
That is my final order to you.
I no longer need orders.
Gilbert didn't treat the tool I discarded as a tool.
No, not at all.
She will never lose the important things he has given her.
Oh, snowing. I wish it snowed here. It never snows here. Though I say that, and every time I actually do see snow, I'm like, ugh, wet. Are we gonna see what it says? Or hear what it says? Or is it just gonna be a mystery? I'm sorry, credits. Hold on.
Violet!
Yes!
I'm so glad that
What do
you
you-
made it. You must have been pretty busy.
I haven't. But I wrote many letters.
She's pretty quick.
I wrote one too. To my parents.
I wrote to my future self. I'll be the #1 doll in Leiden.
Oh, Iris.
Quite a dream. What about you, Erica?
Just to be better.
I've developed feelings for someone lately.
Oh.
Do you guys want to know what I wrote about in my letter?
Yes, I'd love to.
Oh.
I wrote my letter to Hodgins.
Oh.
How would you like to share what you wrote?
What?
To Papa's future daughter.
How did you get that? No! Stop! Don't!
Papa is waiting for you to be born.
Who's the wife? Do we know? Do we not know? No, we're just not gonna get anything of that.
All of these people's feelings.
What do they do with the letters once they fall? It's a huge mess.
To my beloved Major Gilbert, where are you right now? Is there anything causing you problems?
Taxes.
Many seasons have passed, but I am still waiting for the one where you return. While it might not be very much, I have learned to feel.
Francis Malice. Observatory.
Through writing letters for others.
Stop it.
Through the people I have met. And if we should ever meet again, this is what I would tell you.
Not Violet.
I now understand the meaning of those words. I know what I love you means.
What if Gilbert's just been in the hospital this whole time? In the other country?
Violet, you have a new request. They say it's urgent.
Oh, goodness gracious, that's silent. How much more do we have? Goodness. Okay, 1 minute.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Otto Memory's doll. Violet Evergarden.
No, I've already watched My Hero. No, hold on. All right. Okay. How do I get out of this stupid section? Netflix. Which one do I watch first then? Do I watch? This one says Eternity and Auto Memory. Sorry, hold on. This one says Eternity and the Auto Memory doll first, and then the movie. Cool. I don't even know if you guys would be able to see what I'm seeing right here. Basically, this started off with like an action sequence. I thought it was going to be like, you know how they normally do it, where there's an action sequence, something's like, no, and then goes to black. Then it says 2 weeks earlier or a day before, whatever. But no, this like had all this action, and then it was like, yeah, we're not going to tell you, but we're just going to say all these things and make you assume what happened. So I assumed what happened was they were there. Catalea, right? Yeah, Catalea was going to be the memory doll to write the treaty for the war. Since from the last episode, they were talking about how there's like a civil war with the old enemy side. So I'm guessing one of those guys tried to bomb this train or tried to bomb the bridge that train was going on. Thus, we get this battle. And because the war is officially over, they're able to do this air show, which I'm guessing is just basically people write letters and they get thrown from these airplanes. Now, I could be getting this wrong completely, but wasn't it in Tangled where they had those lamps? Just when I saw this poster, my mind immediately went to Tangled. I don't know why, don't ask me. But this air show helps everybody out, and we get that from seeing almost everyone's letters by the end of this. Catalea was writing to the men who lost their lives. Violet wrote to Gilbert. Hodgins wrote to his kid who is not yet born yet. Iris wrote to herself. Erica wrote to her crush. So there was different reasons people wrote. I'm wondering if this meeting between Violet and the mom was the last thing Violet needed to see or experience for her to know truly what love was. Because we can argue that she knew what the meaning of love was before this. But, I mean, before this, she was having a hard time trying to write what she wanted to write. So maybe this was a good catalyst. I do find it interesting how the mom knew of Violet. Because, I mean, you wouldn't think she would know. Because things happened in war. She was only introduced to Gilbert when the war was happening. Unless Gilbert was, like, writing letters to the mom saying, like, oh, I met this girl, Violet. I'm helping her with this, and this. Either that or Dietfried talked about Violet to the mom. But I think this was a good moment, and a moment that Violet really needed in order to have her even start the letter, let alone finish it. And then Dietfried, I wouldn't say he had a change of heart. I would say that he Violet has grown on him. Not only because she tried to protect him when that one guy was trying to kill him in the beginning of this episode, but like different things that he's seen over the series. He has kind of seen her more, I mean, less of a weapon and more of a person. Or like he's beginning to see why Gilbert was so adamant on helping her. So it gives her this advice like, hey, live for yourself, do it for the memory of Gilbert. And she came back at him saying like, "Oh, I don't need orders anymore," which was kind of her telling not only Dietfried but us as the audience that the way she was at the beginning of this series is much different than where she is now. Because even at the beginning of the series in episode 1, she was still kind of in that same mindset as she was in the flashbacks. So now we can see that there is a complete growth from episode 1 to episode 13. And now she is living for herself because that is what Gilbert wanted for her. Now, this very end credit scene, my mind immediately goes to Gilbert because we haven't seen the body yet. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm expecting a bigger reaction from her. I could be wrong, right? She could have been so okay with the fact that as she's moving on and she's like living for herself, that seeing this wasn't like or seeing him wasn't like a huge emotional toll. It was more of like you are alive, like whatever. I don't know. The way I'm looking at it, right, as a viewer, who else could it be? Like honestly, the show, in my eyes, the show wouldn't put a random person on the other side of the door and then try to make us believe that it's someone more important. I can't think of anybody else that has been introduced in the show to be behind that door other than Gilbert. If that's the case, why? Why is he here? Does anybody else know? Why was it urgent? Like there's so many different things that come to mind that I hope, if it happens in one of the movies, that I hope they explain what happened. And if the family members knew about this and didn't tell her after she was going through all this, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of messed up. I don't know. But anyways, that was my reaction to Violet Evergarden episode 13. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want me to know anything more, put a comment section down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.